Okay, y'all, this has got to stop. Now, Democrats are still freaking out in North Carolina over the REINS Act, a bill that's going through the state legislature that would take the power to arbitrarily, impose rules that affect small business owners, big business owners, and even individuals without legislative oversight. The thing is, the outrage, this is not about protecting people. It's about protecting the power of these bureaucrats. So what they're bringing up is the Duke energy scandal. In 2014, there was a coal ash spill, and it was horrible. Yes, it was. I'm not trying to downplay that. And Duke should have been held accountable. But what they're claiming is that if a REINS Act had been in place at the time, the state wouldn't have been able to force the company to clean up the mess that they made. Now, that's not true. That's a bald-faced lie. See, here's the thing. Emergency powers still exist in North Carolina and in all states. It's still a thing, whether we agree that they should exist or not. Anybody who dumps toxic waste can still be taken to court and forced to pay for the damage, especially if they're hurting other people's property, yada, yada, yada. This is not about protecting the environment. This is not about protecting property rights. It's about allowing unelected bureaucrats to have powers that they were never meant to have. The REINS Act says that if an unelected agency wants to impose a regulation that will cost more than 100 million, it has to get approved by the legislature. By people that you actually elect. The people that are supposed to answer to us, we the peasants. Oh, I'm sorry, we the people. That's not deregulation. That's ending government by decree. And that's what these agencies are able to do. If they decree that they want a rule imposed, then bam, it's imposed, and people can go to prison if they break that rule that was set by somebody who wasn't even elected. So these types of policies should be debated publicly, not just automatically rubber stamped by somebody behind a desk and behind closed doors. Government agencies, if you've been paying attention to politics, they love to grow their power after every crisis. That saying, never let a good crisis go to waste. Without limits, they can write rules that crush small businesses, block innovation, and protect politically connected corporations. Have you ever noticed how the big guys usually love regulations? Yeah, that's because they can afford to comply with those stupid regulations, and they can afford the lawyers and the lobbyists while their smaller competitors can't. That's what regulations are about, helping the big guy at the expense of the little guy. It stifles competition, which means in the end, it harms the consumer. So under the REINS Act, if there's a cleanup order or a new rule that is reasonable, it can still pass the legislature. If lawmakers refuse to hold a company accountable, then they will be held accountable by voters. That's way leaps and bounds better than letting some dude in a suit and tie who doesn't even understand the issue just create rules about it. This isn't about letting polluters run wild. It's about stopping government from running wild, which is why this bill needs to pass. But don't believe the hype. Don't believe the lies. It's not just in North Carolina. There are big government elements who are opposing this type of legislation in all states. Don't let them do it.